Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Today we're going to take a look at Night Age, and this is a free-to-play fantasy MMORPG that focuses on mounted combat. So let's get started. As you can see, I do have my one character, Limpy. He's level 7. See, he's decked out in a snazzy little bear outfit. But let's go ahead and go through the character creation process. So let's create character. And you can see here we've got 4 basic character types. We've got our Knight, which is essentially kind of your tank type warrior. Then we've got our Mage, which of course is your long range magical DPS. Then you have your Archer, which is your ranged combat with a bow. And then lastly we've got our Warrior, which essentially is close quarter, heavy DPS, uses a lance, or you can see here in this little video here, basically just kind of rides in and just smacks things around. But we're going to go ahead and go with a mage. I kind of like to play the mages in these, and I am actually a big fan of mages in general. So let's go ahead and name our character. You know what name I'm going to use. Oh, and I can't, so we're just going to go with that. We're going to go with Jelena J. That will work out just fine. Now, as far as character customization is concerned, we can kind of spin her around, take a look at what she looks like. She got this little rune floating here and a cool little staff in the back. You can see you've got a couple different hair types, basically. Not too many, but a few. We'll go with those pigtails. That looks pretty awesome. And then you've got 10 different colors. We're going to go with a dark purple. And then you've got a few different face types. Once again, not too many. Character customization, a little bit limited, but not too far away from a lot of the anime style games that are out there. They're all pretty much around the same type of limitations. Now we can do a little preview here and go ahead and look at some different equipment types, kind of some high-end equipment. I kind of like that one right there. I think that's pretty cool. I really wish I could just very easily spin her around, but instead I've got to use these little arrows here. So now we can change out the mount and see what she's going to look like. Basically riding on a, that's a cross kind of between a chicken and a goose. I don't know what the heck that is. Then you've got a horse, and then another horse, and then your little chicken thing, whatever it is. Now you've got these poopas, which are essentially your little pets, and you'll be able to get all kinds of different pets in this game. You can see you can kind of look at a few of them there. And then we can look at some, oh, we can't. There's no, this enchant effects does not work. But anyways, let's go ahead and create that character. Yep, we want to create her. There she is, right back to her normal clothing, because I really don't have any of that stuff. So let's go ahead and enter the game. Now we can run the tutorial. I'm actually going to skip the tutorial. You guys, I highly suggest you run the tutorial. There's a few little things like how you get your pupa and how you take and run around picking up eggs and all that stuff. We're going to kind of look at some of that stuff, but you're going to get a much more in-depth explanation of all of that from the, you can see it basically just gives me my bighorn snowy rabbit right out of the gate, which I would have gotten through the whole process of the tutorial. So if you want to play the game and you want to kind of get a good understanding of everything that's going on, you're going to want to run through that tutorial stuff and get all those walkthroughs of going and seeing the Pupa dealer and how that all works. Now we've got our basic map here, and we can look at the local map. We can also look at the world map. The world map is a little, in my opinion, is a little lacking. So whatever. So we're going to go ahead and go there, and we can see we are right here on this continent, or this little area, the Forest of Heroes. We are way up here inside of Yan Valley Village. Now one thing that's kind of cool is I can click around pretty much anywhere on here, and I'll just start taking off and running in that direction. Now we're not going to do that right now. We're going to actually zoom down into the city map. We can see where I set my thing here. I do have a quest already to speak with the captain. Now I can do a couple things here. You can see he's down here in a little question mark. I can click and drop this little thing there and send my character off in that direction, or I can actually click right here and I will take and run off in that direction, which is kind of cool. Gives you a couple different options for easy movement. Now I know when the open beta first started, there were a few, let's call them pathing issues. So essentially, you see these little dots that are kind of leading me off in the direction of where this captain is that I need to run up to. Well, they kind of led me in a few wrong directions, and I ended up kind of just sitting behind a fence for a while because I couldn't actually move anywhere. So some little pathing issues. Not sure if they got those all straightened out or not. I guess we'll find out here pretty quick. So let's talk to this guard. like to know more about the village. Basically tells me just bring up the map and look at it. Now, one thing you can do as well is before we go outside, you can go right here to this job board. Now, I'm obviously level 1, and it's pretty funny because level 1 is level 1.0. So you're going to earn 0.1, 0.2, all that stuff until you get up to level, the full leveling to level 2. Now, one thing you're going to see here is there's a really easy way to earn some experience and some reward money by picking up these job board quests. But I highly recommend that you don't pick up a lot of them. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this one right here. And the reason I'm going to do that is because the first quest I get actually sends me out to take care of those guys. And I'm actually going to pick up this one because I'm going to have to take care of them as well. But just so you know, when you bring up your inventory, those quests actually take up space in your inventory. And trust me, this inventory actually gets a little cluttered and clogged up pretty quick. So if you're taking and keep holding all those quests, you're going to have all that stuff taking up space. So we went ahead and I think I actually put my rabbit away. I want to keep him out. There we go. Let's pull him out real quick. So that's my little Poopa. So he's cruising around behind me. One thing I do like is, as you notice, and this is something I'm starting to see in a lot more games, is the actual interface is less intrusive on the main area of the screen. So I give them a lot of kudos for following kind of what's becoming the norm of keeping the interface really spread out and in these different spaces. You can see down here we've got a bunch of different stuff. Quests are highlighted, so we've got these quests, which are kind of the request, and then you've got your normal quest, which is to go see the captain. Now I can take and also click right there, but I'm already right here, so let's talk to him, pick up our next quest. Let's pick that up. Yep, all right, so let's get our reward and the captain's first test. So there we go, the young two-tailed foxtails, no problem. So we can see here we're going to get a new weapon, so let's go ahead and accept that, and let's close that out. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of our skills. Now you can see here that as you progress, you're going to get job points, and you can actually stick those job points in here to increase my mage ability. I can also stick them in other areas to kind of maybe increase the abilities that would normally come with those characters. So it's kind of an interesting little system here that you have that opens things up a little bit. So let's go ahead and head off in this direction to take out some of these guys. Let's see what skills I have right now. I've got a general attack, I've got a fire bullet, and then I've got a recovery water line, which is the water with the power of life recovers maximum of the target's hit points. So basically, as a mage, I'm also a healer. So I'm not just your run-of-the-mill mage there. So let's go ahead and fire away. Now, one thing we can do here, you can see my little rabbit here took off and jumped right into combat. Now, he's in protective mode right now. You also have passive behavior, or you have aggressive behavior. Now, I could put him in aggressive behavior, and guess what's going to happen? I'm going to get around these guys that are basically bad guys, and he's just going to start wailing away on them, which is kind of cool because I can kind of get in an area, and he'll just keep wailing away. Now, we do have this little pop-up that just came up, so let's go ahead and take care of that. This is not actually like a pin code. It's all random, basically because they do not want you to be botting. So you're going to get those random little things pop up every once in a while. I think they're a bit annoying, and I think there's better ways to take care of the botting than that. Just quite simply because, and if you're in the middle of combat and you're dealing with something, you don't necessarily want to deal with that little pop-up. And so I'm just not a fan of that. I know there's a lot of games that use it, Eden Eternal and a bunch of other games as well. I'm just not a fan of it. I think there's better ways to deal with the botting, in my personal opinion. So, all right. So what do we got? Take him out. Do we get any more? Yep. So that's complete. But we need to kill a few more of these for our quest. So we're gonna just start wailing away. But you can see I'm kind of moving along and attacking and stuff like that, firing away my little fire bullet. And of course, as I level up, I've just reached level 2, and there you go. I was just about to talk about leveling up. Of course, now I've got job ability points that I can slap into any of these job abilities, and you can see what the actual ability points will do. Now, of course, I want to get the most out of my intelligence, so I'm going to go ahead and throw these in here and increase my mage ability. But I also got a skill point, so now I can take and I can increase my fire bullet. I can get lightning wave, which you can see here. If I highlight the plus, it'll show what that actually does. Or I can get this. I can increase this water recovery line. So I can kind of do one of two things. I'm actually going to increase my little bullet there, and let's go there. We've got, looks like we're getting whaled on here. So we need to start just taking these guys out. So we increased our fire bullet, so these guys should go down much more quickly. Come on. Start firing away on these guys. There we go. Basically, he took off and got a little. My little rabbit got a little ambitious and took out a little red-tailed fox, and we did get we did get an item. But you know, it never fails. Like I've told you guys in many of my other videos, so often when I'm playing a certain type of character, whatever other character classes exist in the game, that's what kind of items I get. I do not get the items of the character that I'm actually playing. I think it is absolutely hilarious that happens nearly every single time. But either way, so we did complete the one quest that we have in here. So we can go ahead and we see we've got that little stamp of approval on it. So we get a reward. We get this little standard issue coin, some EXP, and a little bit of coin as well. So we got a big bump up to our experience. And now let's take off and head back and turn this into El Capitan. He's around here somewhere. Now, one thing that seems that has changed, and we're going to find out right now if it has. I'm going to actually be quiet and see if it doesn't. So we need to pick our new staff. So it looks like, let's see, how much better is this? Item equipped, magic attack plus 19, almost double. Captain's second test. Oh, surprise, surprise. Red two-tailed fox. So let's accept there. Close that out. Now, some of the sounds that you're hearing right now, they actually used to be like R2-D2, which was absolutely hilarious, to be honest with you. That it was kind of some of the like little doo-doo-doot or whatever when you would turn in a... I don't know what it was actually from, whether it was when you'd like turn in a quest or something like that, but I'm not sure why it was R2-D2, but it was really funny. For the longest time, they basically had R2-D2 sound effects in the game, which, you know, making something that's very recognizable is understandable. So here we go. We've got a red poop egg. Now I can actually pick this. Can I actually pick it up? Yes, I can. I can actually pick this up. But if I want to actually open this poopa up, I'm going to have to run this all the way back into town to the poopa dealer. And then she will actually open up the egg for me and then see if I get a different quest. But as you can see, you walk super, super slow when you have this egg in your hand. So I want to go ahead and actually put that down. But I can't remember how I put that down. So let's see what we've got here. Let's actually put him on that duty, and let's see if there we go. Just basically just start attacking, and I went ahead and put it down. Fire away on them. Let's get these guys targeted. But one thing I do like is you can take, you know, with your poopas doing a lot of your bidding there, and a lot of your damage dealing, they'll just take off and just do a bunch of stuff for you. So you're kind of just sitting there most of the time. You're just picking up. You're spending a lot of time picking up loot, should I say? There, and he's gonna just jump into that group. So I'd love to have a big area of effect spell right now and just be able to just waste all of these guys in one big shot, which I'm sure later on will come to fruition. We'll have a nice fat area of effect spell that will drop all over these guys. And once again, another piece of loot that I cannot use. So here we go. Let's keep picking up all this stuff. I'm getting beat on from behind. He brought the party, but the party is a little bit in disliking me, seeing that my pet is beating on them. And once again, copper boots. I'm telling you, I can't get any items that are actually usable by the class. Let's see, what do I have so far? So I've got copper boots for a warrior, I've got copper helmet for a warrior, and I've got leather boots for an archer. Oh, there we go. I actually did pick up an item that is usable by myself. What else do we have here? Just a bunch of other general crap and materials, because there is a crafting system, so you're going to want to pay attention to the materials you pick up. A lot of this stuff is just junk that you're going to end up just tossing away anyways. I need to put him in protective mode so I can get him over to the area that is actually going to have the these red-tailed guys that we're gonna want to hunt down. And you can cruise through. You can see there's a lot of these areas that you're going to head into, kind of these little portals, and they're going to take you to different areas pretty much in the same zone. Now, right now, let's see, can we bring up a map? Nope, because we're kind of we're in basically like a small little instance. Kind of hard to explain exactly where we're at, but yeah, we're basically in a little instance right now. So we're going to go ahead and throw a little healing on myself, which is always good. So let's take this guy out. But you're going to notice that there's, very often in the game, you're going to find yourself entering these little instances basically to do little different quests. And then as you knock those little quests out, you'll head out of the instance and head off to a new area. Now, I am a little ways away from actually being able to get my mount. There we go, once again, an archer's piece of gear. So, and it looks like so once you reach higher level, I believe it's around level 5, you're going to get your first mount, which is kind of cool. You don't have to wait very long to actually get your first mount. And then you're going to be able to run around and fight while you're mounted, which is really pretty cool because you never have to dismount to actually head off. Now, one thing I don't like is you can use the auto move, but if you want to use the auto move and you have and you're not in the same kind of zone, I guess you'd call it, you're gonna have to exit out of these little areas, and then once you're out of that area, you're gonna be able to go ahead and move around and head back. And you can see all the little monsters are showing up as these little stars on there, and you've got NPCs show up differently, and then other players. You can see there's plenty of other players running around here, which is good to see. It's always nice to see other players run around the game and playing the game. You can see there's a lot of guys kind of sitting around this little captain, picking up quests and all of that stuff. Now he is, let's see here. So there we go. There we go. We need to pick up our little rune, which is our little secondary piece of equipment. And then we've got the third quest from him, and that is to speak with Soloon. It's not Salon, it's Soloon. So let's start cruising out that way. And let's look at some of the other things. So you basically got formation. Let's see, we've got different formations. So you've got so somebody now wields Excalibur. Well, isn't that special? So you can see, based upon these different formations, you're going to receive additional bonuses. So this is once you're in a party and stuff like that, then you give different commands by your formation. We did level up, so let's go ahead and assign. We leveled up a couple times, so let's go ahead and assign our points here. We've got a bunch of different skill points. And you know what? I'm going to let's put some in Lightning Wave here. Let's put one in Lightning Wave. We'll put the other two over here. I don't want to max out my Fire Bullet, but when I go ahead and use my Lightning Wave. So very typical, you're just going to drop this down here. I'm going to move my healing spell over here because I'm not going to use that very often. And we'll just bring my Lightning Wave over there because I want to go ahead and use my Lightning Wave. So here we go. We're going to talk to this guy, the captain's third quest. Yep. So he wants us to, so we spoke with him. Let's get our reward. And then he's got the traveling merchant quest for us, which is obtain his sack of goods. So as you can see, and the reason that I really wanted to show this to you was you're not going to see the typical just go hunt down these things. There are going to be some collection quests and things of that nature. So you're not going to just be just running around the same type of quest. So there is some variety to the questing system, which is kind of cool. But overall, I think, if you like the anime style and you want to play a game that has, quote unquote mounted combat, this is definitely something you definitely want to check out. Now, I'm glad that wasn't a double negative, but it was a double positive. So hopefully you guys can enjoy the humor in that. Let's see here. Did we actually equip that yet? Nope. There we go. So we're finished with that, and now we need to head off to go find his little sack of goods. But here's something funny. So this is what I was saying with the pathing. Why go this way so I can go that way? Why didn't you just cut right across here? Or why am I not cutting right through there? So some stuff is just never fully explainable. You just kind of go with it. And hey, anyways, it's pathing system. Maybe it's just giving me a look at the full scenery. It's giving me the ability to take everything in and all the areas in. can also look at our characters, so we can see here, we can change our title, so you will earn titles, and you can see how you earn those titles. Basically, I could keep killing those red-tailed foxes and continue to earn titles and get different bonuses for some of those titles. So you can see here, by Diligent, I get +2 hit points and +2 mana points. So the titles come in really handy, and they become kind of another system that you want to kind of take advantage of, because as you earn these different titles, you are going to be able to equip them and then get the bonuses from having those titles. Really kind of a cool system if you ask me. Then you're also going to have your mounts and your pupa. Now, also one thing to look at with your pupa is your panta here. And when you take and you get this panta, you can see if your panta is full, you can create a panta while feeding and summoning a pupa, the gauge increases. So what this will do, this will allow you to then increase different properties and make your pupa more powerful. So you can see your pupa is going to have all these different skills and stuff down here. And these are very basic right now, but different ones will open up and become unlocked. And you can see here, right now he has Headbutt. The Bighorn Rabbit has Headbutt, so you're going to be able to headbutt and knock out some of the monsters that you're taking on. You also have the ability to hold on to, have different pupas to kind of just bounce between. And you can take and you can drop these guys right down in here, so they're right in your hotbar, which is really kind of nice. And of course you have different reputations that you're going to be able to earn reputation in, and stuff like that as well. So let's head in here. We need to get our sack of goods in here. Let's head off. Oh, actually maybe we were in the wrong place. Are we in the wrong place? I didn't think so. Maybe we were like right in kind of we were in the vicinity. We didn't need to go in that little gate to find these little sack of goods. But let's see what this guy's selling. A clear staff. Let's see how good that is. There you go. Magic attack +230. Required. You can see here it looks like they're kind of cheating, but everything's kind of smushed together. So level required is 22. Magic, but it's pretty decent piece. Pretty decent item. I do think that those sack of goods are in there. But I'm actually gonna just unleash my pupa around here to take these guys out and just headbutt the crap out of them on a consistent basis. While I just light these guys on fire, and let's go ahead and use our lightning wave. Oh, unfortunately, he died too quick. So we need to head over here, and we're gonna target them. And there's our little lightning wave. Our first use of our new skill. Isn't that special? So we can start attacking this other little guy, take him down, pick up all there. That's what we need to do. We need to take out these little lizard guys. So that's why we're gonna actually head into this portal. You can see right here, you can collect different items for your crafting. So we can go over here, collect this little horseweed. And there we go, we've got that. And then pretty much right around like level 6 or 7, you're going to be able to start choosing which alchemy or different crafting you want to kind of take part in. So that becomes a big part very early on. And the game is very, very simple when it comes to that stuff. It keeps it really simple. You're going to get these simple recipes at first, and then you're going to be able to pick up new recipes. And a lot of times you're going to find a lot of recipes as you're just fighting the different monsters. So it's not going to take long for you to accumulate the recipes that you need or the recipes that you want. I may have actually even gotten one. Did I? No. I just got a bunch of other junk. So let's go ahead and pick up this. But this gives you guys a basic look at the game, and I would say from a graphical standpoint, if you like the anime style, you're going to enjoy this. It's kind of got a very kiddie tone to it, I would say. Look at the big eyes on these lizards and how really rounded they are. It kind of has a very youthful tone. I'm going to call it a youthful tone to the graphics. Sound-wise, it's always nice when I like it when there's always music playing. Kind of keeps me in the mood of playing the game and the adventuring mood. The system overall, as far as the combat system is concerned, really kind of a neat system as far as being able to run around on your mount, never have to dismount, and be able to fight from a mounted environment. I think that is pretty cool, a pretty cool system. Additionally, the Pupa system is a pretty cool system as well. That you're gonna be able to, it's not a new system, but it's a pretty cool system, and the way that they did it has a few little nuances that are a little bit different. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. Don't forget to like and comment in these videos, as we really, really do appreciate that. If you'd like to play or learn more about Night Age, you can read our full review at MMODen.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.